Yo, what's going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for the OPTC video, and in today's video, we're diving into the Super Boss Mihawk Perona 15-star event with no new batch characters. Technically, just like no Robin and Crocodile, and no Treasure Map Ace specifically. But today, we're going to be taking on the 15-star event, seeing how much damage you can do. Obviously, it's still very, very early. We just want to make sure that the teams work. And if you guys are watching this video like 12 hours from now, and you're a little bit higher up on the Super Boss scale, let me know what level you guys have cleared with these teams if you guys are using them. But hopefully you guys enjoy the video. If you do, but like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. With that said, let's dive in. So starting it off, we have the Dex variation. This is the team. Those are the supports. Let's dive on in. Now, I don't know what they were thinking with this particular Super Boss. For some reason, Roger Rayleigh Gaban and the Rocks Pirates aren't actually boosted when it seems like the Super Boss is literally built for them. It's so strange. On top of that, all the 11th anniversary characters, going all the way back to Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, leading up until Dragon, they're all boosted. So I don't know, did they forget to boost the characters or something? Like, did they make a mistake? It's just so odd. But on turn one, what we're going to do here is we're actually going to use the Enel special. That's going to work quite nicely. That's going to allow us to get increased damage taken on the final stage. The thing about your bottom right-hand character, they're going to get silenced, and there's no striker character that can remove silence. I know a lot of people said, why don't you use a character with silence on the preparation video? Well, unfortunately, you need 6 strikers for this team to actually work in your full favor. So just be a little bit mindful of that. Now, Perona on turn 2, she puts up damage reduction, but we can just bypass the damage reduction because we have the Rocks as our leader. We also get that increased damage taken. We have a little bit of type advantage here, so should be able to kill here, I imagine. Just tapping through. Doesn't look like we're going to be able to burst through that burst through the damage reduction like I was kind of hoping that I would be able to. But definitely doesn't seem like that is going to be something that's on the cards. So on the final stage, as you can see, we get that increased damage taken. It does trigger before the interrupts, so that's always fun. The enemy puts up a super type. They have a territory, defense up, intimidation. They have a whole bunch of nasty stuff working in their favor. They also give us slot bind as well. So very, very pesky. Very, very pesky stuff there. So what we're going to do first, I actually need to go quite slow here. We get Despair, but we have the supports for Despair. Remember, you can use the Going Merry ship to help out with Despair if you guys don't have Otama. You also get an attack boost thanks to Ace because you get burned, so that works out pretty hunky-dory too. So what we're going to do first, let's have a quick little gander at what we want to do here. So utilizing Law's Orb boost would be beneficial. So if we could do that, that would be great. But I believe we need the final tap buff for that to actually work. So what we might do first is we'll use the EX of the Rocks Pirates. That's going to work pretty nicely. Then we can use the Special of Law. Is that going to give us the Orb buff? I don't know if it will. I don't think... Oh, okay, so it does. So it only gives us the 1-turn Orb buff. That's right. So a little bit of a nuisance there. But that's okay, because now that we have that, we can use the Rocks Pirate Special. That's going to give us some tasty, tasty orbs. We have... Oh, we need the HP guard. Yeah, right. We need to use Ace first. Okay. Well, that's okay. For now, like, we can do this, and that's going to disable our captain switch. So that's absolutely fine. Ideally, I would want to use this under our Law captain, but that's okay. Now we can do this. That should trigger HP guard, right? Beautiful. So now the pain doesn't matter. A lot of people were saying that the pain might be a bit of a problem, but as you can see, it definitely is not. Then we can super swap for Chain Boundary with Yamato and Ace. Why did I bring Yamato and Ace? Oh, they're our conditional booster for burn. So that's always fun. And then we have the chain boost there as well. So with this, like, we should be pretty... We should be pretty hunky-dory. Like, I imagine we're going to hit pretty hard here. So let's see what we got. Let's rush into Enel. Yep, cool. So the rush is already going to do the damage for us. But as you can see, the team definitely works. It's just all about how much damage are we going to have in output when we hit with type advantage. All right, so diving into the Psy variation now, we are using like a bit of a double Saturn strategy with Roger Rayleigh Gaban. Now, obviously, like you don't need to run double Saturn here. The friend captain Saturn is going to be enough, and ideally, you want to try and get as big of a rush level on Saturn as possible. Fortunately, in Strikers, don't have that many great final tap units, or at least they don't have any final tap units that are really providing all that much. And with Saturn being boosted, I feel like utilizing his rush is definitely going to be a bigger play than trying to fit on some sort of like final tap buff. Like what's the point of running Uto, right? Like, yeah. We're using Roger Rayleigh Gaban as well, so we can't use something like Roger and Newgate. So like I said, the final tap options are pretty limited with this particular team. So, on stage 2, the enemy's going to put up the damage limiter and the attack down with certain orbs. The idea here is just to use the Roger Rayleigh Gaban special. That's going to allow us to remove that, which is very, very nice. And then basically we should just be able to tap our way through here and take out Mihawk pretty simply, with the final tap of Law being type advantage, which is very, very nice. Moving on to turn 3, we come up against Mihawk and Perona once again. Mihawk and Perona, being Psy, they also give a super type, territory, threshold, damage reduction. If you remove any of this, they do some nasty stuff. Intimidation for orb boost and base stats, and you can't use increased damage taken. If you any increased damage taken, then you are going to have to deal with what's it called? You are going to have to deal with like a whole bunch of nasty stuff. So what we want to do first here is, as you can see, we set the defense, sorry, the threshold to 0. Utilizing Saturn as our like cat-like unit actually is pretty decent here, because we can actually get a nice attack, like a very nice attack boost. Now, this is not really going to work for a 2-turn burst, but it's definitely going to work for our 1-turn bursting. So we can do that first. Removing damage reduction is going to apply paralysis and an attack down below a certain chain. But don't stress, we are still going to have this available to us. Ace and Yamato don't get cooldowns on themselves. So we need to actually find a way to get cooldowns, because we don't have enough. We're 1 off. Interesting. So we need to support like Mr. 3, unfortunately, that's going to give us 2 turns cooldown. That's super frustrating. I'll come back to this fight, but yeah, super annoying. Alright, so we're back to the final stage, and turns out we don't actually even have the rush of Saturn, and on the previous team, we actually don't have the condition for Ace to get all of the cooldown in his special, so you probably want to replace Enel on that particular team with another Mythical Zone, White Pirate, or Roger Pirate. It really doesn't matter all that much what you guys decide to use. So back to this final stage, we now have Ace and Yamato ready to go with their special. The upside to Saturn actually too is Saturn has special reverse in his Sailor ability, so you can actually use your Saturn on, like, well, before using the Ace Yamato special. The Ace Yamato special actually gives you a conditional buff. The switch ability gives you the chain boundary, which is what you need to help take down the attack down below a certain chain. But now you can actually use Big Mom, Whitebeard, and Shiki with the Otama support. That's actually, no, never mind. The Otama support's not going to work. Okay, well, you just need to use Izo Kiku. Just use Izo Kiku on that, and you should be absolutely fine. I'm going to try and burst through this, but like I'm not going to rerun this. Just run Izo Kiku on Lin and what's it called? Lin and my god, I'm losing my words. Lin and Shiki and Whitebeard, all those types of characters. As you can tell, I'm pretty off it now. So I'm not having the greatest of times here. But you get the EX Super thanks to Law. You get the Captain Shift or Captain Swap thanks to Law. Now we also have the Resilience there too, which is really, really good. And we have a bunch of EXs that we can use too. So we have the Super Town of Roger Rayleigh Gaban. We can final tap with our Saturn unit down the bottom there. Hopefully we just burst through this through here. Beautiful stuff. We don't have to worry about the paralysis. Love that for us. So like I said, Izo Kiku will take care of that, and everything else will do the rest. Apologies for the scuff video. I'll dive back in later down the line when we have more HP. But hopefully for now, you enjoyed the video. If you did, build a like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. Most importantly, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Let's